Hey friends, Kevin here, and today we're going to talk about why the crackdown on van life is about to get a whole lot worse. Okay, here's why the crackdown against van life and van lifers is going to get worse. And if you're in a minivan, if you're in an older kind of RV like this one, maybe you're in your car or Jeep or truck or whatever, you're already looked down on a little bit by a lot of people compared to the people that have the big, nice, shiny, new RVs. And we all understand that. And this has always gone on, always been an issue. And unfortunately, some of the people with less, shall we say, tend to not always behave the best way. And that's what gets the reputation, unfortunately. They're the ones in little campgrounds and campsites out in national forest and things run by cities and what have you that, you go and they're junked up and they're trashed up and they've thrown out their garbage and their old diapers and whatever else that you can imagine, left it behind for other people to deal with. And once that happens a few times, the place running it, whoever's in charge, decides one day that they've had enough, and they just close the place, and they close it to everyone. We're going to see, and we've already seen, if you're out any, an acceleration of this, and it's going to get worse, because what has happened with the economy and everything going on, job losses, all of that through the last 6 months or so, is it has pushed more people out on the road. And I think that's even going to accelerate going into 2021. So you have all of these people who have never really done this stuff before. They're trying to survive. They're not really interested in this lifestyle and the exploration part of it. They're just trying to get by. And unfortunately, they're also very mad a lot of times at the situation they're in. And these tend to be the people that junk everything up, throw stuff around, have that we'll do what we want to attitude. And it makes it harder on all of the rest of us that are trying to do the right thing and are out here for our own personal reasons, trying to enjoy nature, trying to de-stress, maybe trying to live a little cheaper, whatever it is that motivates you. But we tend to be the responsible people, the ones that do things right, and oftentimes go and to make things look better, clean up some after the people that don't do things right. But this acceleration of more people being out in their vehicles for short and long periods of time now is really starting to compound this issue. And a lot of those are junking things up, trashing things up, and it is starting to be a problem because I am seeing, and other people that I've talked to or in different groups with are seeing more and more places that are starting to put up those no overnight parking signs. Some of these are even small supermarket chains, even Kroger in places is starting to crack down on this stuff that used to not mind you coming in there and staying in a van or an RV for a couple of days. Because now you just have single people that don't care. You have whole families sometimes. They're just throwing their trash out. They're letting, if they have an animal with them, they're letting the animals do whatever they want to, wherever they want to. And when you have that happen enough times, and, as a store, you can't blame them. When they have to send somebody out there to pick up trash where somebody pulled out in a van this morning and left, all this garbage laying around the parking lot, that's only going to happen a few times until the person that manages or owns that store says, enough, we're done with it. No more. No more. And like I said, you can't blame them for that because they just want their problem to go away. They don't understand what most of us do out here. They don't care. It's that simple. They just want their problem to go away. And their problem is stuff being junked up and trashed up. So this situation is going to get worse the rest of this year, headed into next year. It's going to be harder in cities especially, and that's going to funnel right on down even some of your more rural areas where you have chain stores, because once this gets issued from the top of that chain, it's going to funnel right on down to everywhere. And if there was a chain that has supermarkets or what have you, has 800 stores or 2,000 stores, nope, put the sign up, no more overnight, call the police, run them off. So it's going to make it harder for a lot of us to find places to stay, or use places that we used to stay as we bounced around and traveled from place to place. That doesn't make it impossible. It's just that it's going to make it just a little bit harder. And it's something that we're just going to have to deal with. Now, we could sit and talk about what's right and what's wrong and the way things should be, but the fact is we have to deal with reality, the way things are. I don't know what the solution is to get some of these people to stop doing what they're doing. I doubt these people are even watching videos like this. Maybe they don't know, maybe they don't think what they're doing is wrong. Maybe they don't see anything wrong with driving away and tossing their dirty diapers and whatever else out on the ground. You know, their beer cans from the night before. Maybe they don't have a problem with that. Maybe they don't see anything wrong with it. Maybe they just don't think it's a big deal. Maybe they think they're helping create jobs. Somebody over there at the store's got to pick this up. We're helping keep somebody else working. I don't know what their attitude is. But I've met people that have said weird stuff like that before, so I can tell you there are some people that actually have that way of thinking. But I'd love to hear your comments and know what you think the solution should be, what you think the solution maybe is to these problems of getting these people to pick up after themselves and not leave this stuff behind. Because it's going to have an effect on the rest of us. It always has had an effect on the rest of us. It's always made things harder on us, you and I, but it's just going to get worse. I just see this thing accelerating, heading right on into next year. So maybe you have an idea that I don't, but I'd love to hear your opinions. If you're wondering what to watch next, click down in the description. You'll see links to other videos. We've got more stuff coming up soon on the minivan, on the big van, this road trek, just some van life and travel stuff in general, some places. We'll talk soon.